Hello and welcome to another episode on the Public Global. I am Ajay Prakash. Today's episode is the last and the concluding part of my series on the delimitation of the Lok Sabha. Should you want to see my previous two episodes in this series, I have given the links below in the description. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to talk about what are the objections of the southern states and what could be a way forward. People in the South remain quite concerned of the fact that should the delimitation be based on the population, the entire South India will stand to lose. A recent meeting, which was called by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin to discuss this issue, was held in Chennai on 22nd March. This meeting was attended by all the southern state representatives, Chief Minister Revant Reddy, Jagan Mohan Reddy, D.K. Shiv Kumar, and Pinari Vijayan attended this meeting. And apart from the southern states, Bhagwant Singh Mann also attended this meeting. And the fear of the southern states is not unfounded. In this graph, I'm showing the population of a few states as a percentage of India's total population and see how it has grown from the census of 1971 to the projected figures of 2024. If you take UP, the population in 1971 UP was 15.3% of India's population. Today it is 17%, a 2% jump almost. Then Bihar, another 1.5% goes up. It was 7.68 in 71, now it's 9.18. Madhya Pradesh, 2 goes up. Rajasthan goes up by over a percent. It is now 5.85% of the country's population. Haryana goes up by almost half a percent, and Delhi contributes about 1.55% of India's population. It was 0.74 in 1971. On the other hand, the key southern states, the population has decreased as a percentage of India's population. West Bengal has gone down. Tamil Nadu, it was 7.52 in 71, now it is 5.51, 2% decrease. Karnataka has gone down by over a percent. And Kerala too, it was 3.89 in 71, now it is 2.57. This clearly shows that if the new delimitation is done based on population, the southern states will lose out, whereas the entire Hindi belt states, where the population has kept on increasing after 71, are going to gain. So, this is totally unacceptable to the southern states. To know exactly where the southern states stand, it will be good that you see the speeches made by the people who attended the Joint Action Committee meeting in Chennai a few days ago. I'm going to show you two clips here. One is from the speech of Revant Reddy, and the other is from the speech of K.T. Ramarao. Both come from Telangana, but their speeches which they made reflect the views of the entire group which attended this meeting.
Within states in 1976, Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi did delimitation without increasing any seats because it will create imbalance of political power between states. In 2001, NDA government led by Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee also did delimitation in states without any increasing seats. PM Narendra Modi must also do the same. Don't increase Lok Sabha seat numbers. My second point is that South will not accept population-based delimitation. If BJP does delimitation on population, South India will lose political voice. North will make us secondary citizens. Everyone here agrees we will not accept delimitation based on the population, because then states like UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan will dominate the rest of the country. We cannot accept it at any cost. My third point is that pro-rata formula is also not acceptable. Pro-rata formula will also hurt us Problem of pro-rata, it changes power gap. Any government is decided by the majority of one seat or one vote. We have a history of central government falling because of just one vote. So pro-rata formula will also hurt us politically. What options are acceptable? My analysis is simple. Narendra Modi can follow Vajpayee's method. Don't increase Lok Sabha for another 25 years. Do delimitation taking state as a unit. Conduct delimitation within the states. Change boundaries of Lok Sabha seats inside state based on the latest census. Increase SC, ST seats in states. Provide 33% women reservation in every state.
We, of course, also are aware that the five South Indian states are at the receiving end, as was enunciated by Sri Vijayanji, Sri Revanth Reddy ji, and also eloquently by D.K. Shivkumar ji, of the union government's policies. Despite demonstrating robust growth across sectors, these states have been victims of apathy and discrimination. Let me remind all of us, we live in the world's largest democracy, India. But democracy should not become a mobocracy. We cannot let numbers dictate terms. We cannot let numbers dictate policies. While any true federal government would incentivize high-performing states, we have a dispensation today in India that rewards laggards and penalizes achievers. South Indian states, we all know, have been pioneers in administration, in education, in economic production, yet we are penalized with reduced political power. This is not just an imbalance, but it is a political and fiscal centralization that is looming large. History will not forgive us if we do not speak up, because this is the time I think we have to unite. We have to fight against this fundamental inequity.
Everyone present in that meeting felt that increasing Lok Sabha seats based on population is not acceptable, and neither is increasing the seats on pro rata basis. Now, what is pro rata basis? Pro rata seat increase is a term that Amit Shah started using a few weeks ago. I really feel that Amit Shah doesn't understand what he's talking about. It's some bureaucrat who has suggested that he uses this term and he went around saying this. This really hasn't helped in clarifying the matters. The southern states are still confused on what is pro rata. First of all, Amit Shah hasn't clarified how many seats are going to be increased. The new Lok Sabha that has been constructed by the Modi government has a seating capacity of 888 members. You may recall that the 1976 delimitation done by Indira Gandhi was based on the 1971 census. In 1971, our population was around 54.79 crores. 542 seats were delimited. The one seat that was missing was that of Sikkim, which was not a part of India at that time. So each Lok Sabha member represented, on an average, about 10 lakh people. If we now assume that the population of our country is 145 crores, then each Lok Sabha member today represents 26.7 lakh people. Now I'll show you a small calculation which indicates how difficult it is to determine how many seats are going to be there. In 2026, if our population is going to touch 150 crores, and I assume that each seat will represent 15 lakh people, then there should be more than 1,000 seats in the Lok Sabha, which is not really going to be feasible. And if at that time I assume that it will still represent 20 lakh people, then Lok Sabha will have around 750 seats, which may be more feasible. So it's quite clear that determining the number of seats in Lok Sabha after 2026, it's not possible to base it on the population. Therefore, it's going to be a political decision. And that's what the southern states are really afraid of. Now, let's try to work out what Amit Shah could have meant when he said the seats will be increased on pro rata basis. I assume that the Lok Sabha after 2026 will have 750 seats, which means this is a 38.2% increase over the 543 seats which we have today. With that formula, UP, which has today 80 seats, if you multiply it by 1.382, will then have 110 seats. And Tamil Nadu, which today has 39 seats, will land up getting 54 seats. So the ratio of UP to Tamil Nadu will remain constant at around 2.05. And why I'm saying is that Amit Shah really didn't know what he's talking about. Well, there appears to be no logic to this formula. You are just selecting one number for the Lok Sabha and then just imposing it on the rest of the country. The biggest problem is that even after increasing the seat, the mapping to the population will still remain skewed. So, what are we trying to solve? And lastly, what Revant Reddy said is that even if one seat goes from here to there, it will make a big difference. Now, this will happen because of rounding off error. One seat really can go from Tamil Nadu to UP. And as Revant Reddy said, governments do fall by the want of one single vote. Now, this table shows region-wise representation of the Lok Sabha seats. North, which has 7 states and union territories, currently has 41 seats and it represents 8% of the Lok Sabha. Hindi belt has again 7 states but has 204 seats. This is the largest chunk of seats and they represent 38% of the Lok Sabha. East has 2 states, Odisha and West Bengal. They have 63 seats. They represent 12%. Northeast has 8 states, the smallest in our country. They have only 25 seats and representation is only 5%. West has 4 states, 78 seats, they represent 14%, and South has 8 states, 132 seats, and they represent 24%. So when Revant Reddy said that even one seat can make a difference, he is actually correct. Currently, the number of seats in the Hindi belt and the West, if you put them together, they're more than 50%. And that's the BJP stronghold. The South, obviously, for political reasons, do not like this configuration to be distorted any further. Though K.T. Ramarao in that meeting did suggest to work out a formula based on fiscal contribution of the state, and he suggested that South India should have at least a 36% representation in the Lok Sabha. Personally, I feel that's not a good suggestion as fiscal representation is totally a different subject and should not be linked to representation in the Lok Sabha. As suggested by many members in that meeting, the only way forward appears to be to freeze the number of seats in the Lok Sabha. I'll go even one step further and say that the number of seats in both Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha should be frozen forever. The issue of delimitation of our parliament should stop henceforth. More the members in the Lok Sabha, the more issues will crop up. It will become more difficult to handle so many members, and some would even see an opportunity in this that more the members, the more there's an opportunity to poach people and form new groups and power centers. However, in the end, I'll just state that our MPs don't come cheap. We spend a lot of money to keep these people in parliament and yet only a few of them really work. Thank you for watching this episode. Before I go, I just want to remind you if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. I'll see you again next week.